The freetards were a group of free people, indigenous people who roamed the lands of the islands somewhere near Australia thousands of years ago. During the rise of the Roman Empire, the Romans wanted to preserve the power and the wealth of a select few families. They would do this in a number of ways, such as inbreeding. To keep their bloodline pure, they would only marry relatives. But what happened was they were slowly running out of people in their bloodline. The inbreeding was producing increasing disabilities and birth defects, while yet others were being killed off in battles and assassination. They needed a secret plan. So they had this gentleman's meeting. They devised this secret agenda to beef up their supply of wealthy aristocrats in order to make the group of the wealthy look larger without actually sharing their wealth. They would accumulate a kind of phony individual, a pseudo-wealthy individual, and take them into their exclusive inner circle. They began to look for who these individuals could be, someone who was willing to participate, but someone who wouldn't be quite smart enough to play the system and to actually become one of them, become wealthy. They just needed people who would confuse the masses, who would appear to be among the aristocracy. So, after much exhaustive research, they went to what is present-day Australia, to this empty island wasteland, and found the free people. They found the freetards, the mentally impaired indigenous people of that land. They were like, the freetards are the ones for this job. So they took the freetards into their exclusive inner circle of the Roman aristocracy. And now you got to the point where the freetards were very effective, and the commoners could not tell the difference. Once the freetards were dressed in the bureaucratic high-class clothing and drank wine, commoners could not tell the difference between the freetards and the aristocrats. So they fit right in, and it got to the point where 50% of the aristocrats were freetards. But then this is where there was a major turning point in Roman history. It was during the burning of the many libraries. They burned Alexandria, but there are many other libraries. During one of these highly celebrated library burnings, where they would basically burn all the important knowledge that the commoners had access to in order to keep any knowledge exclusive to their circle. During one of these burnings, the room had large curtains, and one of the curtains actually caught fire, and the fire blocked all the exits, and it ended up burning 90% of the aristocrats. And the ones that survived were now there were so few of them, they were no longer able to maintain their power. So they fled. So now all the aristocrats had been killed off, essentially, or scared away. And yet in their place, the freetards still continued to rule as the Roman elites. And the thing was that no one could tell the difference. They'd be like, no, and sipping their tea, just kind of making noises, sipping. And that continued for about 3,000 years into the present day. And the present day were actually ruled by the freetards, but people can't tell the difference.